It's 11:23 at night. You're in bed, phone light on your face. You see that diagram again. 4 circles. What you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you can be paid for. And in the middle, in perfect letters, Ikigai. You stare at it and you think, I should know this by now, right? Everyone else seems to have found their thing. And you close the phone and there's that quiet, flat feeling. Like maybe you're behind. I don't think you're behind. I really don't. You know, I didn't believe it either, until when I was in Kyoto, Japan last month for work, just grabbing tofu in the morning, and I got talking to the lady who makes it. She's 70, 40 years making tofu. I asked her what keeps her going. She laughed and said 5 words. She said, every day a little useful. That's it. Not purpose, not passion, just a little useful. I think the problem isn't that you don't have passion. I think we were taught that purpose is one big thing you find once, like a dream job you'll love every day. So we keep searching for that big thing, and we miss all the small, real reasons we actually get up. Can we try looking at it a different way tonight? Not as a big purpose to find, but as small, quiet reasons that are already here? 5 tiny habits the way she actually lives it. 1. Asano Chiisana Yorokobi. One small morning joy. You wake up tomorrow, alarm goes off. Before your feet even touch the floor, your hand reaches for your phone. You start scrolling for something to feel. We all do it. We skip the morning itself to look for a better morning somewhere else. There's this very ordinary idea. Asano Chiisana Yorokobi. It just means one small morning joy. Not a passion, not a life purpose, just one tiny thing that makes getting up a little softer. Honestly, we think Ikigai has to be a pottery studio in Bali, but for most people there, it's the way the light hits the sink at 7 a.m., or the first tea that's exactly the right temperature, or the cat that sits on the same chair every morning. So tomorrow, just this. Before you touch your phone, notice one small joy. The warm mug in your hands, the plant that has one new leaf. Just notice it. If you want, write it on a little sticky note. 1 line. You feel a little lighter when you catch that, until you get to your first call of the day and you're nodding, folding laundry, replying to a message at the same time, and not really anywhere. 2. Ichi-go, Ichi-e. This one time, only once. Picture this. You're on a call, you're nodding, at the same time you're folding laundry and half replying to a message. You're there, but not really there. We treat Tuesday like a rehearsal, like this moment will come back and we can pay attention later. There's a phrase for this, Ichi-go, Ichi-e. It means one time, one meeting. This exact tea, this exact temperature, this exact conversation where your mom tells the same story again, it will never happen in exactly this way. It's not about making every moment special, it's just remembering that this ordinary moment is the only time it happens. We miss our own life because we're waiting for a more important life to start. You know that feeling. If you want to try it, pick one ordinary moment tomorrow. Just one. Making tea, walking to the store, washing your face at night. For those 2 minutes, treat it like it's the only time it will ever happen. No phone, just that. It's such a small shift, but it changes how the day feels in your chest. And when you start being in those small moments, you start to notice something else. That even when you're present, you still feel a little useless. Like, who actually needed you today?
Number 3. Dareka no Tame no Chiisana Koto. One small useful thing for someone.
You know that feeling at the end of the day? You did a lot, emails, errands, scrolling, but if someone asked, who did you help today, even a little, you'd go blank. And that blank feeling is heavy. In Okinawa, where people live to 100, they don't ask, what is your passion? They ask, who needs you? There's a word, Dareka no Tame, for someone, and yuimaru, we help each other. Real Ikigai is rarely about you. It's about being a little useful to someone else. Not in a big, save-the-world way, in a tiny, human way. We think purpose has to be impressive, but for most people, it's making tea for your partner exactly how they like it, holding the elevator, sending that one message, hey, thinking of you. So tomorrow, just this. One small useful thing for someone. Not for likes, not to be productive, just because. Make someone's tea. Water your mom's plant. Send the text you kept meaning to send. 1 minute. you will feel your day click a little, like, oh, I was needed here. And once you feel that small usefulness, you start to notice your hands have been empty all day, just scrolling. 4. Hira no Shigoto, work of the hands. Picture this. It's 8 p.m., you're on the couch, phone in hands, thumb moving, mind buzzing. Hands busy, but nothing made. You feel tired, but you didn't really do anything. We live in our heads now, all thinking, no making. There's a quiet idea, Hira no Shigoto, work of the palms. In Japan, a lot of Ikigai lives in the hands, folding, chopping, sweeping, mending. Not to be efficient, just to let your mind rest while your hands work. We think rest means doing nothing and scrolling, but doing nothing with your hands makes your mind louder. So tomorrow, give your hands 5 minutes of real work, not chores you hate, something with your palms. Knead a little dough, fold 3 shirts slowly, sharpen a pencil, wipe the table with a warm cloth. Same motion again and again. We all quit hand things because we're not instantly good at them. Honestly, my first try at anything with my hands looks a little sad. You don't have to make something beautiful, just let your hands be busy and your mind be quiet for 5 minutes. And when your hands are quiet like that, your day starts to feel different at night, especially how you talk to yourself when you review everything you didn't do. 5. Yoro no Chiisana arigato, one small thanks at night. It's 10:30 at night. Same white ceiling light is still on, the one you work under. You're tired, and you start doing that review in your head. What you didn't do, what you should have done, that email you forgot. We end the day by grading ourselves. No wonder we don't want to wake up tomorrow. There's a gentle habit. Yoru no Chiisana arigato, one small thanks. Not gratitude journaling with 10 things, just one small thanks for someone who made your day a little easier today. Not bid, like, thanks to the bus driver who waited. Thanks to my sister who sent that meme. Thanks to my neighbor who held the door. We think Ikigai is about finding ourselves, but most days, Ikigai is remembering we are part of other people. So tonight, before you turn off that small, warm lamp, maybe ask yourself, who was I a little thankful for today? Just one person. In your head is fine. On paper if you want. No fixing, no planning tomorrow, just noticing. One small thanks. That's it. That's how you close the day so tomorrow doesn't start with yesterday's heaviness. You know, I think real Ikigai was never about finding one big purpose that explains your whole life. I think it's about collecting enough small joys that your life starts to feel like yours again. Not impressive, just yours. Quiet and enough and useful to someone else in a tiny way. What would it feel like tomorrow morning if your first thought wasn't, what's my purpose, but just, oh, there's my tea again. There's my little joy. That tofu lady closes her shop at 8 p.m. every night and does a 10-minute reset. That's why she can still get up at 4 a.m. at 70. I filmed that exact reset for tomorrow. It's already on my desk. Stay here for that one. Leave a like so YouTube keeps this quiet corner alive for the next person staring at that diagram at 11:23.